Hi everyone, it's Margaret here. I've had a lot of requests to do a tutorial on how I do the base of my journal, and I thought it was timely. I'm just about to start a new fabric journal, so I thought I would attempt to do a quick tutorial just to show you what I do. Now, I was fortunate enough to find this wonderful fabric. I just love it. It's got a little weight to it. It's an upholstery fabric, and I just love it in this beautiful ivory, and it's very textured and layered. I really love it. So when you're using a fabric like this, it already gives the journal quite a bit of substance. So you can choose 2 or 3 or 4 fabrics that you like. You don't have to use the same fabric for each page, but in this particular case, I love the fabric and I'm going to use it for all the pages. Now, keep in mind that in the past I've tried to use some real beautiful lace fabrics and bases, but it mostly gets covered up anyway. So don't put too much emphasis on the actual base fabric, because like I said, it does get covered up. So what I do is I start with a pattern for my base, and as you can see, I'm choosing a round journal. And I've made my own patterns, and I have a variety of different sizes depending what you want to do, but keep in mind that you don't want to make the pattern too big, because as you embellish, the journal will grow. So keep that in mind. And all you have to do is create 2 exact base pages and just allow for a little strip in the center, which will become your spine. Then all you have to do is sew along here, and that will create a bit of depth for your journal. So as you fill it, it gives it some room to grow. So that's my pattern that I've done on this particular journal. As you can see, there's the spine, and when you close it and stitch it, it becomes a round journal. Now what you need to do is cut 4 pieces of this, placing them back to back, good side out, and there's one set, and like I said, I'm doing them in the same fabric, so there's the other set. So you need to cut 4 pieces of your fabric. Okay, so then what you want to do is also create or cut 2 felt pieces, which is going to fit in the in between the pages. Cut them a little bit smaller than your original page because you don't want the felt to protrude from the pages. So there I've got my felt pieces ready, and what I'm going to do is you take your pages and you put your felt in between like that, and then put the other page on top. And now you're ready to stitch all around the pieces, including the center. So you just want to do maybe a 1/4 inch stitch all the way around, and you repeat that for the second set of pages in the same fashion. So I'm going to go stitch it and come back to you and show you what it looks like after it's been stitched. So stay tuned. Okay, so I've sewn my pieces together with the felt in between, as you can see, all the way around, and I've done that on the other one as well. So now what we're going to do is put the pages of the journal together. So you set one on top of the other, nice and even, and what you're going to do is sew your spine, line it up evenly, and then I pin it down in the center. I think it's time for some new pins. These ones are getting a bit sticky. But anyway, now what you're going to do is sew a straight line here and another straight line here, and that will create the spine of the book. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch that and then come back to you and show you what it looks like. I'm back. I've sewn the center of the journal now. I've used my fading ink marker to mark 2 straight lines on either side, and I've gone ahead and stitched on either side here, and now your spine is formed. And as you can see, when you close it, you've got a nice little journal base ready to decorate, and that's the most fun, is when it's time to embellish and decorate these. As you can see, the spine is formed at the back, which gives a lot of allowance in the center to fill it, and you can see how the pages are formed. So there you have it. Like I said, you don't have to use the same fabric for each page. You can each set of pages can be alternated with different fabrics that you like. So I hope that was helpful, and if you follow the directions, you can make these almost any shape. You can make it round, oval, square, rectangular. It doesn't really matter. And don't worry if your stitching causes a little bit of puckering here and there. It's all going to be covered anyway. So this is a start of my new journal. It'll probably take me a while to do this one, as I'm going to make a matching box. So stay tuned later on, and you'll be able to see the finished product. So I hope that was helpful, ladies, and hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.